So let's discuss some more theorem or properties associated with trigonometry. Now we will discuss one particular theorem, which is sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Now you may want to prove this, so by proving sometimes if you know how this formula or how this formula happens or theorem happens, maybe it is easier for you to remember. So to prove this, let's consider a right angle triangle with A, B, C, and let's put the length. Here is A, this is B, this is C. As always, the length of the length is A because it is opposite to the angle A, and similar so goes the other ones. So this is B. So for sine square theta, if this is, let's say, theta, then sine square theta, as you know, is, so let's put the SOHCAHTOA so sine square theta is opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite is C by B square plus cosine is adjacent, which is A by B square. So if you simplify that, this would be C square plus A square over B square. So C square plus A square, we know from Pythagorean theorem, C square plus A square equal to B square. So C square plus A square equal to B square by B square equal to 1. So that's the way the formula has come into being. So now the other thing which we haven't covered so far is, other than sine theta, cosine theta, and tangent theta, there are three other ones which are just inverse of that, which is first is cosine theta, which is cosecant theta, which is 1 over sine theta. So this is called cosecant, or sometimes people say cosec theta. Okay. Then there is sec theta, SEC theta, or secant theta, which is inverse of cosine theta. And then there is cotangent theta, or you can say cot theta, which is 1 over tan theta. So you can sort of try to memorize it, because there is no other way other than memorizing it. All this 6 one is sine theta, cos theta, tangent theta, and the inverse of them is cosecant theta, secant theta, and cotangent theta. So let's try to solve a few problems associated with this. So first problem we'll take as if, okay, let me choose a different color. So our first problem here is, if cosine x equal to 0.5, you have to find the value of this, which is 1 minus sine x times cosine x times cotangent x. So the x is really an angle, so sometimes angles are denoted as theta or something like that, or sometimes xyz. So let's try to solve this one with the formula which you know already. So I will, once we start solving, you will see that by applying simple trigonometry formula, this becomes quite easy to solve. So 1 minus let's put sine x times cosine x. So dot means it is a multiplication. So cotangent x. Now cotangent x, if you break this to cosine x times sine x. So we know this because we have done this in the last time. So now this is equal to 1 minus, so sine x cancels, so 1 minus cosine x square. So now we know the formula where sine square theta plus cosine square theta equal to 1. So if we apply that, so this leads to 1 minus cosine square theta equal to sine square theta. So this leads to sine square theta or sine square x. So if cosine is 0.5, so I guess we didn't have to do that. So here only if we can put, so we don't need this step. 1 minus cosine square x is 0.5. So 0.5 times 0.5 is 0.25. So 0.75. 0.75. Now you may had to do this one if, let's say, instead of cosine, if you are given sine x equal to 0.2, then you may have to convert this 1 minus cosine x square to sine square x. So let's take another problem. Let me choose a different color. Maybe let's choose a black. So let's say we are given, let's say, cosine x equal to 0.2 and 1 minus sine square x equal to 0.4. So you have to find out what is the value of x. So from 1 minus sine square x is, I think I have made a mistake while describing the problem. So cosine x is 0.2, this is okay, and 1 minus sine square x equal to, let's say, is a. So you have to find out the value of what is a. So from here 1 minus sine square x is equal to really cosine square x. So cosine square x is equal to 0.2. So 0.2 times whole square, that is equal to a. So a leads to 0.04. So this is the answer. So let's solve one more problem and then we'll end this video. So let's say we have to find out the value of this one. So let's put tan theta minus sine theta times cosine theta over tan theta. So we have to express this in terms of, we have to simplify this. So that the way to simplify is that whenever you see tangent theta or cotangent theta, you may want to reduce everything to in terms of sine and cosine. So here it is tangent theta is equal to sine theta by cosine theta minus sine theta times cosine theta divided by sine theta by cosine theta. So this leads to, if you multiply both the sides with cosine theta, so this would be cosine square theta. So will be sine theta divided over sine theta is 1 minus, So again, this sine theta and this sine theta cancels, and this sine theta and this sine theta cancels. So 1 minus cosine squared theta. So this is equal to sine squared theta. So that's the way we simplified it, by just applying simple principles of trigonometry.